Hi everyone, welcome to what I read this month, July edition. Starting off the month in my most recent manga shopping video, I bought this volume. One Piece, volume 106. It's a banger. This is the first volume in the One Piece series that starts saying Egghead on the spine. You know, cause that's the arc that the Straw Hats are currently in. Even though I'm fully caught up with the manga, I read every single chapter when it comes out every single week. Whenever a new volume releases, I like to buy it, sit down, read it, and just refresh my memory about what happened earlier on in the story. And it's always so cool. Let's dive into this volume. It's fantastic. Oda has not been missing lately. Egghead Island is incredibly unique compared to all the other islands we've been seeing in the story so far. I really like the futuristic vibe of this one. In this volume, we get the reveal of Vegapunk, which is pretty cool. That's a character we've had name dropped and teased ever since the Alabasta arc. I think they mentioned him in like volume 20, and we just got to see him in volume 106. That's so insane! But it was worth it. Vegapunk, in my eyes, lived up to the hype. I really like his character design. I really enjoy his personality, and just his general vibe that he brings, his worldviews, what he adds to the story. Oh my God. I don't want to spoil the events of this arc, so I'm gonna keep things a bit brief. But wow, another thing in this volume is we get to see the return of a bunch of cool characters we saw earlier on in the story. We also get some fights. The anime has been doing all of them justice. Also the lore drops, oh my God. The story, the plot progression in this volume, it's incredible. One Piece is funny, adventurous, action-packed, and it just keeps getting better with every single chapter that Oda releases. Go Luffy, go. Go become king of the pirates. All right, next up. We got Sakamoto Days. I told you guys in the last What I Read in a Month video that I was gonna hold off with talking about Sakamoto Days until this month. It is now this month. So let's talk about Sakamoto Days. Ooh, what chapter am I on? I finished chapter 50, so I'm 50 chapters deep right now. I decided to stop at this point specifically because it felt like we were about to enter into the next arc, and I didn't know if I was ready to jump into the next arc. I felt like this was just a great stopping point for me to give my thoughts. So I have two arcs that I want to talk about. Number one, it's the laboratory arc. This one involves Shin going into his backstory a little bit. I'll be honest, I didn't like this one. Yeah, this one sucked. The only enjoyable part of this arc was this dude with the reindeer mask because he's wearing a reindeer mask. Come on, like that's pretty cool. But overall, his character felt a little underwhelming for me. Also, when we got to the point where Sakamoto was going head to head against him, I didn't really care about that. For a manga that's all about their fights, I don't know, the fights weren't really doing it for me in this arc. It was at this point in the story where I started thinking maybe this series is just a bit too childish for me, you know? Maybe my taste as a manga reader has matured and I need something with a little bit more oomph to it because, look, so in this arc, we get some background information on Shin's character. This is the lab that he obtained his powers from. Shin has the ability to read people's minds, and as a result, he has been ostracized from society. People don't want to be around Shin because why would you want to be around a person who can constantly read your mind? Yeah, no, stay away from it. This is an idea that's explored in this arc, and it just felt a little underwhelming when we got to the conclusion of it because the resolution was I didn't like it. So pretty much the scientist feels bad about himself because he gave Shin these abilities, but then the resolution of this plot point is that Shin just enjoys that he has these abilities, and the scientist feels better about himself now. Like, that was just so lame. That was just so lame. I think that's my main issue with the series. Usually in shonen stories, when there's a theme or a perspective or a lesson is trying to convey to the audience, usually shonen stories do a pretty good job in doing this. I think Sakamoto Days does not do a good job in doing this at all. I think everything it tries to teach its reader is very bare bones. Let's get into it with the next arc, the Death Row Prisoner arc, which I actually like this arc. The second half of this arc. I didn't like the beginning. Yeah, the beginning of this arc was kind of meh, whatever. It just felt like a lot of the same. But then the last couple of chapters, that's the thing that really saved it, especially when we got to see this scene. So this big dude shows up and he's going to kill Sakamoto's wife. I'm like, oh my God, this girl is going to die. Sakamoto is about to be single, bro. He couldn't save them all. But then all of a sudden, Sakamoto's wife pulls out one of these and then she does this as well. And I was like, what the heck is going on? This is so sick. I was like, what? She's been a killer this whole time? Actually, no, it's not her. It's this character that transformed into her. This character is really cool. I like his ability a lot. It just made this fight scene a lot more entertaining to read through. Actually, there was a lot of great fight scenes later on in this arc as well. I like the sniper moment where the bullet like ricochets off of everything to hit the bad guy. That was kind of cool. And then also we saw Sakamoto fight this bad guy. That was fun. Two lessons that the arc is trying to convey here. The first one, Sakamoto is for body positivity. He is happy that he's fat. It was interesting. Okay, cool. The next one, this one is so stupid. So the bad guy goes into this backstory about how his life sucks sucks. And at one point we see that he just kills his father, right? He kills his father because he wants to. It makes him feel like he's closer to individuals because when he cuts them open, he realizes that these people are just like him. After saying this crazy backstory about how he literally murders people, Sakamoto, oh my God, let me pull this up. Sakamoto says, killing people only severs connections. No more hurting people. That's it. That's all. That's literally, what kind of a response is that? What is that, dude? Why? Oh my God. Like, bro, I actually could not believe that that was the words I read in this chapter. Like, it's just, what? What? This dude murders people. And Sakamoto's like, no more hurting people. I think you shouldn't hurt people anymore. Man, Sakamoto, get your bitch ass out of here. Aside from the corniness of the series, there's still just a lot of really cool, fun moments that take place. This character keeps showing up and slashing stuff with like a sword. He's really cool. I'm excited to dive more into his character later on in the story. Next up, I read the first 20 chapters of the Pokemon Adventure manga. Gotta catch them all, baby. I bought this like over 3 years ago. This has been sitting on my manga shelf for 3 years collecting dust and I never opened it or checked it out. I've only ever read the first chapter because I was curious what it was about. And then I never did anything with it. And now I currently, if you can see right up there, you see that blue book right up there? That's the second volume. I bought the second volume for the series without even finishing the first. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Enough yapping. Let me tell you about Pokemon Adventures. This is Red, a young Pokemon trainer on a quest to catch them all and fill out his Pokédex. The story of Pokemon Adventures is obviously childish. You know, this is intended for kids, but it is so charming, so adorable, and actually kind of mature at times, which I really wasn't expecting. Each chapter of this manga is brimming with so much character and charm. It's a nice balance between a slice of life story of a Pokemon trainer while also slowly laying the foundation for this overarching narrative that is slowly being cooked in the background. And the storyline that is being cooked in the background is so cool. This is Mewtwo. Oh my God. I mean, that's kind of obvious because we're dealing with the first gen, but still, I don't know. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I didn't think this was gonna happen. But yeah, I'm so excited to continue reading and see what they're gonna do with Mewtwo because Mewtwo, honestly, one of the goats in Pokemon. He's awesome. Me and Mewtwo were like this. Some of the panels in this manga genuinely really freaking surprising. Here's a panel of a Pokemon's gravestone. We have a panel of a Psyduck doing a Five Nights at Freddy level jump scare. This actually kind of gave me chills with how freaky this looks. Could you imagine waking up in the middle of the night and this is in front of you? Like, what the hell? And then also look at this panel of an Arbok being sliced in half. This dude died. Red is on a mission to complete his Pokédex and beat his rival trainer, Blue. Yeah, Blue is also a character in the story. It's really cool. If you know the Pokemon lore or if you played the games, this is just reading the series makes my inner child smile. Pokemon was my shit back in the day. Anyway, now we're in August and this month's gonna be pretty interesting. I recently started up Tennis Town where I'm the mayor. It's my new channel membership program to bring extra content for you guys. And my viewers are voting on the manga that I should read. And it looks like it's gonna be Monster. But the voting doesn't end for another couple of days. I'm gonna be ending it this Wednesday, August 7th. If that sounds interesting to you and you're considering being a part of it, there's gonna be a link down below. You can click it, there'll be more information. We'll see you in Tennis Town. Anyway, that's everything that I read this month. Subscribe, go watch some of my other videos. And oh my God, thank you guys so much for 15,000 subscribers.